Hello and welcome to episode zero of my podcast, if you would call that. So welcome to the Anthology of Wise. The reason why I'm making this sort of podcast, diba? Parang for some reason lately kasi if you notice that I'm not uploading as much, may burnout ako in terms of editing. Pag mag-edit na ako, I'm like, am I really gonna do this or not? Diba? Sobrang dami kong ideas. Recently, dami kong possible content na pwedeng gawin. Pero at the end of the day, I'm like, should I be doing this? I'm like, no. So, yeah, in other words, I'm gonna making a new na parang one of my old ideas, which is making a podcast. Kasi before, me and the boys, kaming O7 boys, I'm like, I wanted to start a podcast with you guys, but I don't know when to start, where to start, and how to do it. Kasi, ang ano ko, my inspiration for a podcast would be the Trash Taste Boys, di ba? Gather-gather lang, usap-usap lang, and, it's like being part of conversation na madali ka mag-connect. So, ito yung purpose ng The Anthology of Wise. So, parang ano nangyayari kasi, itong Anthology of Wise, it's a collection of podcasts na target ko sana around 6 episodes kada isang kada isang season. So, this is season 1. Pero technically, this is episode 0 ng Anthology of Wise. And yung season 1, ang pangalan ko dito is Memoir of Spring. Kasi in Japan na yun, or in terms of seasons, magsispring na or nag-spring na by the time you are watching this or listening to this. And I'm like, you know what? Bago ako makipag-podcast with the O7 boys in the future, I'm like, I need to test something out. So, ito yung pinaka-testing grounds ko na kung saan I'm making a solo podcast na ang tawag ko ay The Anthology of Wise. Kung bakit, di ko rin alam bakit. Feeling ko lang napaka-poetic. Actually, yung The Anthology of Wise galing yun kay Lang Live. Like, I'm really, really a fan of Lang Live. So, meron siyang collection which is The Anthology of Love. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds cool. The Anthology of Wise. Kasi ibig sabihin lang naman ng anthology is like a collection of narratives or a collection of poems. So, I'm like, this podcast is like narrative, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna use this. So, yun nga, dun nabuo yung word na Anthology of Wise. Kasi una dapat The Anthology of What's kasi yung story dapat nun is, I don't know what to put. So, di ba? Go on. So, The Anthology of Wise. Bakit? Kasi more on like reason kung bakit. I mean, that's it, di ba? I'm explaining things and stuff like that. Sana, parang safe space ko na, oh, this is where I'm gonna talk about something. Dito ako magpa-podcast, it's just more a bit of myself in this channel. I mean, yung mga previous video ko, I'm like, that's me already. That's already me. Pero I'm like, I want more. Like, ano yung hindi alam ng tao out of that out of the yun, yung mga ginagawa kong video dati, nagli-league ako, nag-R6 and stuff like that. And ngayon, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I want to produce content, but I'm too burnout to produce high quality content. Kasi kapag creator ka, minsan mababurnout ka na, what am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, mag-produce ka nga ng magandang video, mag-produce ka ng maayos na content, I'm like, paano pag hindi naman appreciated ng ibang tao? Alam mong may ibang tao diyan na, 'di ba, na-appreciate yung ginagawa mo, na-appreciate nila yung content mo, yung effort mo. But at the end of the day, 'di ba, pag content creator ka lang na pag dun yung goal mo, ang kailangan mo talaga is affirmation ng ibang tao within your content. Kasi sila yung pagiging third party perspective mo within your content. Kasi yung first person, pwedeng ikaw, 'di ba? Yung third person pwede yung tropa mo. Pero at the end of the day, 'di ba? Ang para saan ka ba bumabangon? Para saan ka ba gumagawa ng content, hindi para dun sa ibang tao. I mean, satisfaction na lang din sa yun na may nagawa kang masterpiece, pero at the end of the day, you're not just pleasing yourself but pleasing somebody else, 'di ba? So, I'm like, hindi naman kasi ako ma-promote na tao. Hindi rin ako ma-promote na pagdating sa, okay, yo, watch my Twitch, watch my YouTube, watch my... Hindi naman ako gano'n na sobrang nagpo-promote ako paminsan-minsan, pero hindi naman ako na highly promoting na, "Yeah, I'm gonna shove it in your face and, i-shotgun kita." Parang shotgun marriage na, "Yeah, do this man, do this, do that." Hindi ako gano'n. I'm like, I wanna produce something na kung saan, lahat ng tao is nasa equal. Paano ba? I'm like, 'di ba nag-isip ako, and sabi ko, what if I talk like parang ganito yung podcast, like, I'm just gonna talk about stuff, talk about me, talk about something kasi, um, 'di ba nung panahon ng high school, grade school, I'm one of those, 'di ko naman sinasabing malas, I'm not saying unlucky, pero dun ako sa mga less fortunate ones na mahirap i-express yung sarili during high school. And 'di ba kapag nandoon, 'pag nakikinig siguro yung mga pinsan ko na yun, I'm like, 'di ba, 'pag nasa party, alam naman nila na expressive akong tao, like ma-meme ako na tao. Pero at the end of the day, ang hirap kasi express yung sarili mo lalo na sa isang generation na medyo hindi naman magkahiwalay, 'di ba? Pero alam mo may gap between your generation and their generation. Pero di lang kasi yun eh. Ang nangyayari kasi, mataas yung agwat mo, minsan di na nila maintindihan yun sa'yo, hindi mo na rin maintindihan sa kanila. At the end of the day, paano kayo magko-connect? Of course, you can meet halfway, talk about. Pero ang halfway kasi, kapag halfway mo ginawa yung mga bagay, hindi mo nakikita fully yung, yung picture ng isang tao eh. Kaya sabi ko, how about if I just talk something as a form of content, 'di ba? Parang trash taste boys. Pero wala akong hindi ko kasama yung hindi ko kasama yung the boys. Like, what I'm gonna do? So, yeah, eto, solo podcast. The Anthology of Wise. Bakit? Bakit ko ginagawa to? Bakit ko yan? Tukos dito sa topic na to. Bakit ganyan? So, collection siya ng bakit ko. Ito, parang mini diary, itong podcast na to. Pero, just me in it, right? Just me. Kahit anong gawin mo, this is just me. Yeah, I wish na ituloy ko to. Like, feeling ko kasi right now, if you want me to describe kung ano naramdaman ko na yun, parang I feel free. Yeah, tahimik. Kasi, it's a podcast recording, di ba? Well, dapat wala mag-mess up na audio. At the end of the day, this is still content. Di ba? Hindi lang naman ako. Actually, may self-satisfaction na ako na may nilalabas na akong mga feelings ko, ganyan, through this. Pero at the end of the day, di ba, content creator ako, kailangan maayos yung experience nyo, listening experience nyo. Dapat maayos din yung story ko, which is, di ba, ang hirap isipin na gano'n, lalo pag solo podcast ka. Kasi pag napansin nyo, pag na-encounter nyo na ako sa mga Discord, and especially when I'm with the boys, medyo expressive ako na tao. Hindi naman ako yung parang nakikipag plastikan sa'yo. Pero napaka-open ko about different kind of topics. Pero sensitive ako enough kung bago mo lang ako nakilala, I'm sensitive enough how to speak to you. Pero, itong podcast na to, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna express everything here na hindi ko na-express anywhere else kasi nga nandun nga ako sa less fortunate ones na hindi masyado binigyan ng opportunity na i-express yung sarili ko or binigyan man ako ng opportunity to express myself. Pero at the end of the day, kung nahihiya ka sa sarili mo during that time, hindi mo rin, 'di ba? Kahit anong opportunity pa 'yan, kung wala kang will or courage para i-execute yung kailangan mo gawin, I mean, it's the lost cause. So, we are approaching our last minute kasi itong episode 0 is just a introduction about the Anthology of Wise and kung ano yung mangyayari. This is technically episode 0, which is 10 minutes lang, pero yung original talaga, I was aiming to do a 20-minute, bite-sized podcast kasi solo podcast lang naman. Talk about me, talk about what is happening, 'di ba? Siguro mag-specials tayo. Magkaroon tayo ng podcast special na kung saan may special guest. Sana. Or I'll invite the boys, 'di ba? Maybe showcase ng mga 3x3s, pero para sa akin parang with the boys na lang 'yan eh. And as other specials kunyari magbubukas tayo ng cards, magpe-present ako ng cards, 'di ba? Mga card games bullshit, mga ganun. Yeah, that's one thing. I swear a lot. But I think that's genuine. Feeling ko genuine yan na kapag nagsiswear yung isang tao, like, mataas yung expression nila towards that thing. Pero alam mo din, so we're reaching the 10 minutes. Welcome to the Anthology of Wise. This is my podcast, my bite-sized podcast. I wish you would stay, listen, while you work. Baby, may ginagawa ka, nagsistudy ka. And ang cringe nun pag iniisip ko. Pero etong episode 0, demo lang to. This is gonna be just an 10 to 15 minutes na podcast. So, Anthology of Wise, welcome to my Anthology of Wise, na kung saan I will express myself through different kinds of podcasts. Mga different kinds of podcasts. What am I talking about? It's just the same. Pero yun nga, gets nyo nga, I'm gonna express myself through podcasts, solo podcast. This is gonna be the stepping stone namin para magkaroon na kami ng full-blown podcast ng Meet the Boys. And welcome to season 1. Next Saturday, darating na yung pinaka first episode, which is the first episode ng Memoir of Spring, 'di ba? Napaka-poetic kasi maagas pakinggan, you know what I'm saying? Pero yun nga, welcome. I wish you would stay, listen, and sabi nga nung tropa ko, ang taong marunong makinig, marunong magmahal. Peace!